Mazuma Boxing finally back with another video. I apologize for not being consistent with the videos. Just caught up in school and work, you know. Um, let's get into this PBC card that was showcased on Saturday night. Um, at the opening in the beginning of the fight. I mean, the beginning of the card, we had Amir Mansour versus Dominic Brazil, and it was a pretty solid fight. Amir Mansour came in wanting to get the win. There were times where he seemed to be exhausted, kept his mouth open throughout the whole fight, um, but was getting the best of Dominique Brazil. Was landing solid punches, and eventually, I'm not sure what round, eventually dropped him. Um, Showcased some skill, had good head movement, and just kept coming forward the entire fight. Um, Towards the end of the fight, Dominique landed a vicious uppercut, and when that happened, they Amir Mansour retired in his corner, and he had stated that he had bit through his tongue, and he has a fractured jaw. Um, so Dominique Brazil gets that win after a brutal fight. Um, Up next had been Sammy Vasquez versus Aaron Martinez. Aaron Martinez known for his victory over Devin Alexander in the controversial loss to Robert Guerrero, who headlined the event against Danny Garcia. And Sammy Vasquez showed that he's not the one to be taken lightly. I think the problem with these fighters that went against Aaron Martinez, being Devin Alexander, Robert Guerrero, is they had overlooked them. Um, they overlooked them, and they think that there was going to be an easy victory, and that just wasn't the case. Uh, Devin Alexander should have learned from that Robert Guerrero fight, but apparently he didn't. And they took him lightly, and Aaron Martinez took advantage of that, and Vasquez was the one to step up to the plate and not take him lightly at all. So Sammy Vasquez ended up TKOing him, I believe, in the sixth round. And that was an impressive victory. Showed that he had some boxing ability, and shout out to him because he got 2-5 on his back. I'm from Philly. Um, then it gets to the big fight: Danny Swift Garcia versus Robert the Ghost Guerrero. This was a pretty good fight. I was entertained throughout the whole time. Uh, this was pretty surprising, but not surprising at the same time because uh, Danny had showed some athleticism in the fight and actually was backing up the entire fight while Robert continued to move forward. Um, Robert Guerrero was doing good in the earlier rounds, but then Danny began to relax and started setting traps and landing brutal punches. I believe it was in the sixth round where he was just throwing that right hand at will, and it was just cracking him the entire time. Although Guerrero wasn't phased by it, those were good punches that was heard throughout the stadium, and got the judges' attention. So that's what matters at the end of the day. And I feel like Danny dominated from round six, moving on, and I believe he got some earlier rounds as well. I had it 116, 112. I thought the judges did a good job judging that fight. Um, Robert Guerrero is going around talking about he had been robbed, but I don't think that's the case at all. I think that he lost fair and square, and I think he needs to stop bitching. His father had talked all that shit, and now he's embarrassed that his son had lost to a guy who had just moved up from 140. So he's just gonna continue to believe they're gonna be in denial and believe that they won when they actually didn't. Mayweather had stated that he thought the fight had been a draw. I totally disagree. I really believe that he's being biased because that was a former opponent that he had faced in the beginning of his Showtime contract. Um, and I'm not sure why he. I don't see a lot of people debating this. I really believe that he won fair and square, and I don't understand what's the problem. But yeah, that was my analysis of the fight. Not even an analysis, just my thoughts on the fight and what I had noticed. And just let me know what you guys think about this. This is Mazuma Boxing, and we out of here.